Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time, we're looking at a paper from the Technical University of Munich. And it's got me kind of geeking out a little bit. We're talking about plants, but not in the way you might think. We're diving into how plants use quantum mechanics to power photosynthesis.
Yeah, it's one of those things that really blows your mind. You think of quantum mechanics and you think subatomic particles, but it's right here. It's fundamental to life on Earth.
It's like plants are these tiny quantum computers just going about their day, but doing it with this crazy efficiency that puts our best solar technology to shame. Like, how is that even possible?
Right. Well, so before we get too far into the quantum side of things, maybe it's good to just kind of recap the basics of photosynthesis for everyone. So plants absorb light energy from the sun, primarily through chlorophyll. That's what gives them their green color. And then that energy is transferred to other molecules, where it's ultimately converted into chemical energy.
Okay, so that's photosynthesis 101. But what's the secret sauce? How are they achieving this near-perfect energy transfer?
That's where the quantum mechanics comes in. Classical physics would tell us that there should be some energy loss during this transfer. But plants kind of bypass that through a phenomenon called superposition of excited states.
Superposition. That's a pretty core concept in quantum mechanics.
It is.
Can you break that down for those of us who don't have a physics degree?
So imagine like a juggler. But instead of just throwing one ball up in the air, they're juggling multiple balls at the same time. That's kind of like superposition. The energy isn't confined to one specific state. It's distributed over multiple states at the same time. And this allows for a much faster and more efficient transfer.
So it's like the energy is in multiple places at once. Okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around that. So it sounds like this superposition is what allows the plants to transfer the energy so quickly and efficiently.
Exactly. And what the researchers in this study focused on was how certain electronic states within chlorophyll molecules are quantum coupled. Think of it like those different balls that are being juggled. So this coupling allows energy to kind of flow freely between those states, like they're sharing the energy load simultaneously.
Quantum coupling. Okay, help me out here. What exactly does that mean?
Essentially, it's like an invisible link between these different energy states within the chlorophyll molecule, and it allows the energy to travel without any resistance, like a perfectly smooth highway. And the researchers found that this coupling is most prominent in a specific region of the light spectrum, called the Q region, which corresponds to colors in the sort of yellow to red range.
So the Q region is like chlorophyll's sweet spot for efficient energy transfer?
Exactly.
Now, how did these researchers actually observe all of this happening inside these tiny little molecules?
So they combined really precise measurements with some sophisticated simulations, and they were able to pinpoint the specific electronic states involved and actually demonstrate how the energy was being shared with virtually no loss. It's really groundbreaking work.
So these guys are like the Sherlock Holmes of the quantum plant world. Erika, Keil, and Professor Jürgen Hauer from the Technical University of Munich, they confirmed that the Q region and this quantum coupling are responsible for this near-perfect energy transfer. But what happens to all that energy once it's been so efficiently moved around?
Well, eventually the system cools down and releases some of that energy as heat. But the really important part is that initial transfer process, the part that's powered by the quantum mechanics. That happens with this incredible efficiency.
Okay, so we've got plants using quantum mechanics to capture energy and shuttle it around with remarkable precision. This is fascinating from a purely scientific standpoint, but what are the real-world implications of this? Why should we care about how plants are doing their quantum juggling act?
Well, that's where things get really exciting. Imagine if we could replicate that quantum efficiency in our own technologies, particularly in the field of renewable energy.
You're talking about revolutionizing solar panel technology?
Exactly.
So you're telling me that our current solar panels are really that inefficient compared to plants? Like we're really lagging behind the plant kingdom when it comes to harnessing the power of the sun?
Yeah, it might sound surprising, but yeah, solar technology has come a long way, but it's still nowhere near the efficiency of natural photosynthesis. Plants have had billions of years to perfect this process, and they're doing it at the quantum level, which is something that we're only just beginning to grasp.
Plants 1, humans 0. Okay, I'm feeling a little humbled here. But seriously, if we could crack the code of this quantum efficiency, what kind of impact could that have on solar panel technology? Are we talking about like a minor boost in efficiency or something truly groundbreaking?
Oh, I think we're talking about a potential paradigm shift. Imagine solar panels that can absorb a much wider spectrum of light, just like chlorophyll. Currently, our panels can only capture a limited range, which means they're missing out on a significant portion of the sun's energy.
So instead of just those yellows and reds, they could be capturing all those blues and greens too. We'd be talking about a massive increase in the amount of energy they could harvest.
Exactly. And imagine panels that can transfer that energy internally with virtually no loss, thanks to that quantum coupling we were talking about. This could lead to a dramatic leap in overall efficiency, making solar energy far more viable and cost-effective.
More efficient panels, capturing more energy. Maybe even in low-light conditions. This sounds almost too good to be true. How realistic is it? Are we actually close to being able to, harness these quantum secrets and actually apply them to our technology?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. And it's a challenge that scientists are actively exploring. I mean, this research is still in its early stages. And replicating that intricate quantum dance that's happening within chlorophyll, that's a monumental task. It's not like we can just, copy and paste from nature.
It's not like we can just shrink ourselves down, peek inside a leaf. Oh yeah, we can build that.
Right. It requires a very deep understanding, not just of the quantum mechanics involved, but also the complex interplay of molecular structures, environmental factors, countless other variables. It's a multifaceted problem that really demands expertise from a whole bunch of different fields: physics, chemistry, materials, science, engineering. It's a massive collaborative effort.
So it's like a giant scientific jigsaw puzzle, and we're just starting to find the edge pieces.
That's a great analogy. But the potential payoff is so significant that it's a puzzle worth solving. Just imagine a future powered by clean, abundant energy, inspired by something as simple and elegant as a leaf.
It's almost poetic. We spend so much time searching for these complex solutions when nature has just been sitting there, quietly holding the answers all along. It's a good reminder to just pay attention to the world around us.
Absolutely. It really highlights the importance of scientific curiosity and exploration. We never know what incredible discoveries might be hidden in plain sight, just waiting to be unlocked. Sometimes the most profound solutions are found not by inventing something entirely new, but by understanding and adapting what already exists.
It makes you wonder whatever natural processes might be governed by quantum phenomena that we've just completely overlooked or misattributed to classical physics. It's like opening a door to a whole new realm of understanding.
Precisely. And who knows what other technological advancements might be possible. If we could tap into those hidden quantum realms, it's a pretty thrilling prospect.
I feel like we could go on and all about this, but unfortunately, our deep dive has to surface sometime. Before we wrap up, is there a main takeaway you want to leave our listeners with?
I think the key message here is that nature is a treasure trove of ingenuity, operating at levels of sophistication we're only beginning to appreciate. By studying and understanding these natural phenomena, we can unlock incredible potential for technological advancement, particularly in the field of renewable energy.
Well said. And this research into the quantum mechanics of photosynthesis is a perfect example of that. Okay, so to recap what we've learned today, plants are using quantum mechanics to achieve near-perfect efficiency in photosynthesis.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It really is. It's mind-boggling. And you're saying that by studying these processes, we could revolutionize solar energy?
Yeah, I mean, imagine if we could create solar panels that are as efficient as a leaf.
It's crazy to think that something as commonplace as a leaf could hold the key to solving some of our biggest energy challenges.
Right. It's a good reminder that we still have so much to learn from the natural world.
Well, before we wrap things up here, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought-provoking question. If we can unlock the secrets of plants for energy, what other natural processes might we be able to harness for technological advancements?
That's a great question. I mean, could we learn from birds to develop more efficient flight? Or maybe study the quantum properties of water to create better filtration systems? I think the possibilities are truly vast if we can just keep our minds open to the wonders of nature.
It's like you said, the most groundbreaking solutions are often right there in front of us.
Absolutely.
Well, that's about all the time we have for today's deep dive, but as always, the conversation doesn't have to end here. Keep those brains buzzing, and we'll catch you next time.
See you then, 66-1.